Queen Elizabeth II ruled for 70 years, longer than any monarch in British history, and while the world knew her as a woman of duty, discipline, and dignity, there was another, quieter way she spoke to her people, not through interviews, not through speeches, but through something small, sparkling, and always by her side, her brooches. These jewels were never just decoration. They were her secret language, a silent code of love, memory, resilience, even politics. Tonight, we decode that hidden language, the true messages behind the Queen's most iconic brooches. Elizabeth II was famously consistent. The same hairstyle, the same black handbag, the same style of shoes, for decades. But her brooch? That changed with every occasion. To the untrained eye, it was just another glittering pin. But to those who paid attention, her brooches were clues. They revealed her emotions, her loyalties, her private memories, without a single word spoken. In a way, her brooches were her diary, written not in ink, but in diamonds, pearls, and sapphires. The Canadian maple leaf brooch. In 1939, King George VI and Queen Elizabeth, the future Queen Mother, toured Canada. During that visit, they were gifted a dazzling diamond brooch shaped like a maple leaf. Years later, Queen Elizabeth II inherited it, and whenever she visited Canada, she wore it proudly, not by accident, but to remind Canadians that their queen saw them, honored them, and carried their symbol close to her heart. It was more than jewelry. It was diplomacy in diamonds. The Sapphire Chrysanthemum Brooch. Some brooches weren't political at all. They were deeply personal. One of the most sentimental was the Sapphire Chrysanthemum Brooch. She wore it in 1947, during her honeymoon photos with Prince Philip, the young princess, newly married, smiling under the English sun. Decades later, in 2007, she wore that very same brooch again, for her diamond wedding anniversary portrait with Philip. A full circle. A love story sealed in sapphires. For her, this brooch wasn't just jewelry, it was memory, loyalty, and love. The Cullinan V brooch, Heart of Duty. Among the most iconic pieces Queen Elizabeth wore was the Cullinan V brooch. At its center lies a delicate, heart-shaped diamond, cut from the legendary Cullinan stone, the largest gem-quality diamond ever found. For Elizabeth, this brooch was more than sparkle. She wore it during both quiet family occasions and historic state events. To many, the heart shape symbolized her bond of love, with her family, her people, and her crown. It reminded the world that while her duty was often heavy, she carried it with a heart full of devotion. Each time this brooch appeared, it was like a silent reassurance that love and responsibility could shine together. Williamson Pink Diamond Brooch. In 1947, deep in the mines of Tanzania, a rare pink diamond was discovered. It was gifted to Princess Elizabeth as a wedding present. Later, Cartier transformed it into the Williamson Pink Diamond Brooch, a masterpiece with a flawless pink stone at its heart, surrounded by a spray of white diamonds. The Queen often wore it at joyful occasions. Its brightness seemed to mirror her optimism, even during difficult times. It was one of the rarest diamonds in the world, and for Elizabeth, a symbol of both love and hope. Cullinan 3 and 4. Granny's Chips. Among her most famous jewels were the Cullinan 3 and 4 diamonds, cut from the legendary Cullinan stone, the largest gem-quality diamond ever found. Set together as a brooch, they became so familiar that Elizabeth affectionately called them Granny's Chips. She inherited them from Queen Mary, and they carried a sense of continuity, of monarchy passed from one generation to the next. Whenever she wore them, often at jubilees or state visits, it was more than glitter. It was a reminder that the British crown rested on unshakable foundations. The Queen never gave personal interviews. She rarely revealed her emotions in public, but her brooches became her silent voice. Through them, she honored nations. She comforted the grieving. She remembered her loved ones. They were her language, a language of sparkle, subtlety, and strength. So, the next time you see a photograph of Queen Elizabeth II, don't just look at her crown or her smile. Look at her shoulder. Because there, glittering quietly, you may find her truest words, her secret language of brooches.